Hello students, so I would like to request you to just go through the puzzle and try to solve it on your own. And after that, we'll do it together. So before we fill up this table, let us first analyze the number of goals scored by each and every player. It is given that a total of 12 goals were scored in all of these 8 matches. And there were 4 players, A, B, H and S. Since the total is 12, what I would do is, it was given that each of them has scored at least 1 goal, right? So let's give 1 goal to each and every player. I have A minus 1 plus B minus 1 plus H minus 1 plus S minus 1 equal to 8. Now, if I consider these as variables, I can take these variables as 0 because now I know that if I take A as 1, the value will be 0 and I have taken into consideration of at least 1 goal. So, if I consider it as X plus Y plus Z plus K equal to 8, all of the goals scored by each and every individual player was different. So, let's start with 0. So, if I take X as 0, I'll take Y as 1. I have to complete 7 more. How many possibilities to do 7? I can do 2 and 5, 3 and 4. I cannot repeat, so I cannot take 1 again. So, 0, 1, 3, 4 or 0, 1, 2, 5. These are the only 2 possibilities. If you want, you can check it. You can take 2, but then ultimately the other values have to be 1 and 4 or 1 and 5. Like that. So, these are the only possibilities and we have to shortlist the numbers and we have to shortlist out of these 2. Right? Let's check the data given. It was given that Bimal has scored in 1 match and other 3 consecutive matches. That is, he had scored 1 goal in match 1 and in 3 other consecutive matches. That means, can I say that Bimal had scored 4 goals? Clearly, out of these 2, which combination has 4 in it? Do not get confused with this 4. I have already taken 1 goal for all the players, right? Remember, A minus 1, B minus 1, H minus 1 and S minus 1 was 8. So, if I add 1 over here, this will be 1. If I add 1 over here, this will be 2. If I add 1 over here, this will be 4. So, this is a possible contender. Here, if I add 1, none of the numbers are going to give me 4. I got my combination. This is ruled out. So, these are the number of goals plus 1 scored by the players. Out of which, it is given that Bimal scored 4 goals. Let us write it down. So, A, B, H and S. It was given that Bimal had scored 4 goals and it was given that H had scored more goals as compared to B. Right? So, more goals as compared to B has to be 5. This is the only possible combination because if I write it, then it will be 1, 2, 4, 5. These are the actual goals, right? 1, 2, 4, 5. 4 and 5 are done. Just 1 and 2 are remaining, right? Which will be distributed in A and S. Let's see how it is done. So now we are ready to fill up the table and according to the data given, we'll fill up the matches and the goals scored in those matches. So it was given that in even numbered matches, the number of goals scored was only 1. So in match 2, 4, 6 and 8, total number of goals was only 1. It was also given that H, the highest scorer, since we figured out that H was the highest scorer, scored in only 3 matches, that is exactly 3 matches, out of which 4 and 8 were 2 of those matches. So, if I write down H over here and there was only 1 goal, that means no other person scored in these 2 matches apart from H. That means H and H. Clearly 2 goals are gone out of 5. 3 more goals are remaining for H. Alright. And for B. Now, it was also given that B had scored in 3 consecutive matches, right? 1 is already done. It cannot be 2, 3, 4 because here it has to be only 1 goal. Can it be 3, 4, 5? No, again this luscious. It has to be only this 5, 6, 7. So B, B, B. Done. We have reached this far. So I figured out all the goals scored by Bimla in all the 4 matches, right? So it is clearly 1-1 goal each, and H scored 1 goal each over here, right? And H has scored 3 goals in one of these matches. Which match could it be? Now clearly 6, 8 and 4 are gone. So it has to be 5, 7, 3, 2 or 1. Not even 2, my bad, because it is an even number. So it has to be 5, 3, 1 or 7. It was also given that the highest number of goals were scored when not in match 5. So this rules out match 5. It was also given that the number of matches, the number of goals scored in match 3 and match 7 was the same. So if the number of goals scored in match 3 and match 7 is the same, then this contradicts the statement wherein it says that the highest number of goals in a match was unique. That means 3 and 7 also ruled out. 5 ruled out because it wasn't the highest scorer match. 3 and 7 are equal, and that is the reason it is ruled out, because it was given that the highest goals scored in a particular match was unique. My bad, was unique, right? So it has to be only one match which had the highest number of goals scored. It has to be not 3, not 2, 5 and 7 already ruled out, only 1. So H, total of 4 goals scored in match 1. We've come this far now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 goals are done now. I just need 2 more. Now, just the last part, and we know that the number of goals scored in match 3 was different from the number of goals scored in match 1 or 5, which clearly means that since already there is 1 goal in match 5, so the number of goals in match 3 has to be either greater or less than 1. But given that 3 and 7 both have the same number of goals, 7 had at least 1 goal, so 3 should have at least 1 goal, right? And let's see the tally now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 2 more goals. Now, since this cannot be 1, this cannot be 1, because 5 is 1. If I take it as 2, I'll have to take this also as 2. Let's see what happens. 2, 2. Let's check the total. 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. And it is done. But 1 goal is scored over here. So this is a contradiction, which clearly means that these two will remain 1 and 1, but 5 will be 2. And now you can see that the total is 12. 4, 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Done. Number of goals scored in each and every match is sorted. Now, just these 2 brackets are remaining, and I think this one, yeah. So the number of scorers are, that is A and S. These are the 2 scorers which are left. So these 2 brackets, these 2 boxes are difficult to determine. So I would say this cannot be determined, because it can be either A or S. Then this can also be either A or S. And then here, the second goal scorer can again be either A or S. I don't know if A had scored 2 goals or S has scored 2 goals, because definitely one has scored 1 and the other one has scored 2. And the table is complete. Let us check the questions that they asked. So the first question is, how many goals were scored in match 7? Match 7, 1. And that's the correct answer. Which of the following is the correct sequence of goals scored in matches 1, 3, 5, 7? 1, 3, 5, 7. 4, 1, 2, 1. And that was the correct answer. Which of the following statements is true? A and S never scored goals in the same match. A and S never scored the goal in the same match. Okay. H and S never scored the goals in the same match. Now, obviously, since they are asking which of the following is true, both the statements are true because A and S definitely either A or S has to score over here. Similarly, either A or S. A or S. So they cannot score in the same match, right? So first statement is true. And the second statement was H and S never scored in the same match. Obviously, H scored over here and here and here. No relation with this. Both are true. And that's correct. Which of the following statements is false? In every match, at least one player scored a goal. In every match, at least one player scored a goal? Yes, definitely. At least one player scored a goal. There was no match which was goalless. Then no two players scored in the same number of matches. Scored in the same number of matches. Yes, everyone scored in different number of matches. A scored in 3, B scored in 4. So A might have scored in 2 and S in 1, or A in 1 and S in 2. So this is absolutely true. Both the statements are true and they are asking which is false. None is false. And that was the correct answer. And fifth and the final question, if H scored goals in one more match as compared to S, which of the following statements is necessarily true? So, H has scored already in 3 matches. S might score in 2 matches, so H is already has scored in 1 more match. Let's check out the statements. It should be necessarily true, definitely true. A scored in consecutive matches. It is a possibility, but it is not a definite answer, right? It can be AS and A over here or S over here. Then S scored in consecutive matches. Again, it is a possibility, not definite answer. So both the statements are not necessarily true. So the answer was none of the above. And done. We have solved this beautiful set based on games and tournaments, which was asked in CAT 2022 slot 1, and 5 questions were there, a total of 15 marks. We have just surpassed 85 percentile in CAT just on the basis of this set. Your sectional cutoff for IIMs is cleared. Thank you so much.